Have you ever loved someone so deeply that even their silence echoed louder than your screams? Not all pain is loud. Not all wounds bleed. Some of the worst ones, they fester in silence, in the quiet spaces between two people, in the stolen glances that used to be warm, but now feel like ice. You see, the deepest kind of heartbreak isn't when they walk out the door. It's when they stay, but stop showing up. When they're right beside you, but their heart's already moved miles away. When their I love you becomes a habit, not a promise. There are people who will never say the words, I was wrong. Instead, they'll twist your words, gaslight your reality, rewrite every chapter of the story you lived together until you start asking yourself, maybe I am the problem. But that's not love. That's manipulation, dressed in affection. If you feel like you are constantly defending yourself, explaining yourself, justifying your worth, stop. Because love shouldn't feel like a courtroom. It should feel like home. If it feels like a battlefield, you're not with a partner. You're with a competitor. Let them win the argument. You win your peace. Psychology tells us this. A man who's nervous, he touches his face. A woman who's anxious, she fidgets with her sleeves, plays with her necklace, curls that one stubborn lock of hair that always falls in her eyes. It's not random. It's the body screaming what the mouth has learned to silence. Because sometimes pain doesn't shout. It whispers. A real man doesn't measure his masculinity by how many hearts he can collect. He measures it by the one heart he protects, over and over again. Through every mood swing, every breakdown, every silent treatment, every storm, he stays. He chooses her, again and again, even when she forgets how to choose herself. A woman, she feels safest not just when you hold her, but when you defend her, when she's not around. When you honor her in a room full of people, and in the solitude of your thoughts. When you are proud of her, and even when you are pissed. And here's the thing no one tells you. Sometimes it's not your yelling that breaks her. It's your silence. When a woman stops crying, stops asking, stops fighting, that's not peace, that's resignation. That's her soul packing its bags, even if her body hasn't moved an inch. You'll say, she changed. But did she? Or did she just stop begging for the bare minimum? Here's a bitter pill. Some people will hurt you, and then act like you wronged them for walking away. They'll erase their cruelty and call your boundaries drama. Let them. You don't need to defend your decision to heal. You don't need to explain your quiet exits. Sometimes healing looks like deleting the number you memorized by heart, blocking the person you prayed would text, choosing peace over closure. Psychology says women overthink, not because they're irrational, but because they worry. They replay that one sentence over and over. They analyze the 3-second pause in your tone. They break down in the shower over the message you didn't send. It's not weakness, it's emotional fluency. They feel we saw everything, even what you thought you hid. Real love. It's not in the grand gestures, not in perfect holidays or filtered Instagram photos. It's in late-night arguments where no one storms off. The ugly, stubborn, I'm still here. The whispered, I'm sorry that cracks your voice. You want to know if someone truly loves you? Look into their eyes. When you're not speaking, when there's no script, no performance, just silence and presence. Because the loudest kind of love is sometimes the quietest. The one who made you feel like you were too hard to love. They didn't fail you. They failed themselves. You weren't too much. You just gave your love to someone who didn't know what to do with it. But someone out there will. Someone who sees your chaos and calls it art. And when that person comes, you'll understand why it never worked before. Why the unanswered texts, the tear-stained pillows, the hollow I love yous, all led you here. Because love, real, raw, soul-shaking love, isn't found. It's built, brick by brick, choice by choice, apology by apology. So wait for that kind of love. Don't settle for almosts. Don't water yourself down just to fit into someone's half-hearted cup. You deserve consistency, accountability, presence. You deserve someone who says, even on your worst days, you're still my favorite place. So if you've ever been ghosted, if you've ever stayed up waiting for a text that never came, if you've ever felt like you were too much for someone who gave so little, please remember this. You're not too emotional. You're not too intense. You're not broken. You're just waiting for someone who knows how to hold something valuable without dropping it.